Hello everyone, welcome to another Vexy's Violet video. This is part 2 of the previous prompt cluster that had to be split into 2 episodes. Okay, so the next item is going to be an iron pickaxe. It's going to be on this little path line I've put out here. It's going to be like a bit of like a mechanical lift kind of elevator thing going up this part of the mountain right here. So I didn't go as detailed as I normally do here. I focused more on the shape of the build rather than like using a ton of colors and stuff like I do normally. I think it turned out pretty well. Of course, my version of not very detailed is still got a lot of detail in it. So there's lots of little iron bits around here to give credence to the fact that this is a very iron-ish build. It's very mechanical looking, lots of wood and metal. There's this big track up here. I'll try to explain how this mechanism is supposed to work. And here is the little cart you can jump into here. It's got sliders where it's supposed to like slide down the rails. And how it moves is it's got this like little energy core here, and that's another one that's lit up, and none of the other ones are lit up right now because this one's lit up, so this thing's gonna stay here because it's kind of like magnetic or something. So when this one lights up and that one turns off, it'll pull the cart down this way, and then that one or this one will turn on and that one will turn off, and it'll keep pulling it down all the way down to here by doing that. And there's also I've got these buttons on the sides here with repeaters on top of them. It's supposed to make it look like it'll make a wireless connection to send a signal to a tower, which I haven't built yet, but it'll be like a control tower right here, and it'll have these like wireless connection things. So if you press that button, it's supposed to say I want to call the lift back up. Here, these also have comparators. They're supposed to look like different kinds of the wireless ones. Like they would automatically chain together when somebody presses a button in the control tower, instead of having to press a button for each one of them. That makes sense, I think. I've also got just basic like benches and lamps up here. I figure that would probably make sense for that to be there. No one's just gonna wait around in the grass. There's some benches and lamps down here as well. People who are like coming through at nighttime. And a nice little staircase that'll go straight into a path that goes through the farmland here, which hasn't been built either. Alright, so the fifth item is a goat horn. And I was gonna do like a big tower right up here. It'll have like a giant horn on top of it, and it'll be the like alarm system for when the watchtower spots something alarming. Alright, I've got the horn tower done now. I also added a bunch of trees around it as well, which, to be honest, not a huge fan of. I might change these up at some point or just remove them. Haven't decided. But I have got this tower here, and a bit of a pathway planned out, which I'll get another time. But basically, it's got this whole, I don't know what you call it, scaffolding, portcullis thing to hold up the horn. And there's this little mechanism in here, which is like somebody could see the eye tower. It's like maybe the pupil dilates or something when it senses danger, and somebody will see that and run up here and click this. I managed to use command blocks to get a suitably, ominous, menacing sound out of this. I think it works. I also used hang signs again to give it a little like eyeball insignia here, just to add some detail. Up here, I did a horn, of course, and some kind of like ladders around it to make it look like it's kind of tied down, and also to hide the command block right there. There wasn't a lot of room in this to hide command blocks in. Okay, so on to the last item, which is a light block. I was originally going to do like a lighthouse or something off this like rocky outcropping. I may do that in another video, but for this one, I'm going to be filling out this little pathway that I've marked out here. And I I had kind of an interesting process in figuring out what my palette's gonna be. So, like you can see, this is a white block. It's got some yellow tones, so yellow blocks and lights. But it's also got an 8 next to it to signify that it has an 8 light level coming from it. And you might not know this about me, but I have synesthesia. For me, 8 is like a light mint white color. And there really is only one block in the game that has light mint white color. So what I did is I grabbed a bunch of other green blocks that kind of complement it and also work with the yellow. I'm going to put that into this pathway and make a bit of an interesting design here. Here we are with the path design. I didn't actually end up using the copper as I thought I was going to, but I still think it looks pretty good. So I used a lot of bamboo and stuff in the inner parts of this, for the path, and then a little gradient with the bamboo mosaic, some lime glazed terracotta, and some melons. Kind of unusual blocks, but I think they work together right here. I put these like little pot lamp things here with a mangrove propagule on top of them because I think that just kind of fits together. It's a bit simpler than I would go normally, but I still think it's good. Basically, this path thing goes out all the way up to there. Also did this on, like, I was putting the lamps on every melon block, and sometimes there were melon blocks that didn't really make sense for a lamp to be there. So I instead just put a pot with a pickle in it, because that makes it look like it's stopped up or something. And basically, this just continues on the same way all the way over here. Not as much to show over here, but it kind of curves up the mountain here. So this one, it's gonna be like, it's a steeper path, so you gotta like really climb up it like this. Because whoever's running up to this tower's gotta be fit enough to run up a mountain to get to the alarm system. Maybe a bit of an oversight. Yeah, that's basically it here. And also, just right here, I'm putting this dispenser thing with a nice little MBT data science. This is something I like to do. I don't know if you can see this one right here. I like to put a little, like, copy of what I used for the prompt next to the builds and stuff. So this is going to get moved over here. And that will stay there for the rest of the existence of this world. So it's also the end of the episode. So thank you all for watching and have a lovely day.